Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I am a full-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy, as well as doing live auctions on whatnot. So today I'm going to show you what sold over the weekend. We actually have $1,550 going out on eBay. One of those is an incredible sale. And the other platforms were slow for us this weekend. We have no Poshmark, no Mercari, and only one Etsy. So it happens, but overall we have a decent amount going out, and I'm going to show you it all right now. Alright, so rather than making you wait, I'm actually going to show you the highest sale right now because it is the last one to get paid for, and I do these videos in reverse. So this is actually the only item that is an auction going out this week. I do have some more auctions up that are running this week, so we might have some more next week. So this first one is a gorgeous Shriner brooch that sold for $599. All right, so here it is. Absolutely stunning Shriner brooch. This is actually an unsigned brooch. I picked this up over on Whatnot. I got it from Dawn. Her name is Sanford and Son. And I paid $400 for it. So Dawn did the research on this. Somebody was asking me as far as identifying brooches that are not marked. I honestly am not great at it. I don't have a ton of knowledge. So I am trying to educate myself a little bit more. But this one, Dawn found and verified on a Shriner group over on Facebook. Facebook groups for certain types of things can be an incredible asset. So this beautiful brooch paid $400, only got one bid, sold for $599, and that is going to make it about a $100 profit after fees, but I was happy to support Dawn and buy this from her over on Whatnot. I do want to say too, a $100 profit in a week is not a bad thing. So even though I did pay $400 for it, made a quick $100, I am okay with that. Up next is a Life is Good shirt. If you are not familiar, keep an eye out. This is probably one of my top 2 brands I like to wear. This one says Thankful and Grateful. I paid $1 for this at the thrift store. Here is their logo that is on a lot of their things as well. This one sold for $14 plus the buyer paid shipping. So it's going to be about a $10 profit after fees. All right, up next is a bell, and I don't have this bell because Lynn already packed it. She forgot I had to do a video, so I'm gonna pop a screenshot up here. This is a brass bell I bought in a big online auction lot, less than $1 in. It sold for $19.49 plus the buyer paid shipping, making it about a $15 profit. Did take about 4 months to sell, but I have sold a lot of these bells, so keep an eye out for brass bells. Not always a ton of money, but some of them do sell on the higher end. This one was still a great profit at $15. Up next is another item Lynn already packed. I caught her after about 6 items. She was thinking we had live shipping only every other Monday, which is what we do, but I do a video every Monday. So this is a Simply Southern sweatshirt. Sold for $17.54. I paid $5.99 at the Simply Southern outlet. So this one's going to be about a $10 profit, and it sold in under a month. Up next is a Harley pen. This one here is just a little Harley Deluxe pen. I only paid $1 for this one. It sold for $6, so it's about a $4 profit, and it took about 6 months to sell. Same thing as pretty much all the lots. Some of them are lower dollar, but you always end up with some that are higher. But this one is still really easy to photograph, list, and ship, so I will take that $4 because it really all adds up. Next, if you do not know, vintage wallets can be really great sellers. This one here is an Eddie and Ainger wallet and pen set. I picked it up for $2 at an estate sale. It sold for $29.24, so about a $22 profit. It did take a little longer, about 9 to 10 months to sell. And I do want to say with all of these items, the buyer does pay shipping. So I forget to say it sometimes, but I do not do free shipping. So the shipping is kind of a wash. We don't charge a handling fee. We charge them the cost that it cost us, and it is a washout. So it is not profit or loss unless I put the wrong weight and then I have to take a hit, which does still happen occasionally, but typically the shipping for me is just a total wash. Up next is a Longa burger liner. I will pop it up here. We are almost done with what Lynn got packed before I said this Longa burger liner I only paid $1 for, sold in under a month for $8.77, making it about a $5 profit, and it was a really fast seller. All right, the last item that is already packed before I can show you them here on this video. This is 3 sets of 2 vents. Picked a whole pallet of these vents up, over 500 of them for only $5. I paid like a tenth of a penny a piece. So this is 6 of them. The buyer bought 3 lots of 2. They sold for $28.56, plus the buyer paid shipping, making them over a $20 profit. Now, these I have had for well over a year, but it is one listing that is selling over and over and over, and it is all profit. Up next is a little pen. This is a Roma pen. If you see here, it's upside down. Whoa, it's flying in the bag. Roma pen, I paid pennies for this. It sold for $5.52, so it's about a $4 profit after fees and took about 4 months to sell. And then this is an absolutely great sale. Harley leather riding gloves. And here is the brand where you can see they are branded. This pair of gloves sold for $27.62. Took about 5 months to sell. These were my friend Charlene, so we split the profit. The $27.62 will have about $20 left after fees, and we will split it $10 each. So watch out for Harley branded items. They can be really good sellers. A lot are bread and butter, but they typically will sell pretty fast. Up and next is a really cool Hummel little music box with the little girl and cherry blossoms. Here on the back you can see it says ballerina, and this one sold for $16.23. I paid about $5, so this one's about a $10 profit, and it did take about 8 months to sell. You can see it was originally $46. I did not pay that. I only paid $5, but somebody got a really good deal on this little box. All right, up next is a blanket. If you do not know, these vintage blankets sell well. So they're the ones with the little kind of satin lining on the edges. This one is a Chatham Puree. You can see the pink roses here. This one I only paid $3 for it in the state sale. It sold for $38, so it's about a $30 profit, and it took about 3 months to sell, so not too bad on this one. So watch for vintage linens and blankets. Up next is a Vineyard Vines shirt. If you do not know, Vineyard Vines is a Target brand. There is your Vineyard Vines with the whale. This is a 2XLT, so it's a 2XL tall. It actually has a hole in it, and we did notate that, and we still got $25.99 for it. I only paid about $2 for it, so this one's actually close to a $20 profit, and it sold in under a month. All right, up next are 2 Longa burger liners, actually in the same pattern. So only paid $1 each for these. They are both this autumn fall leaves pattern. This one is for the darning basket, and then they also got one for a little button basket. So this one's a little smaller. Both of them are new. They say what they're for, and the 2 sold together for $25.98. Plus the buyer paid shipping. I only paid $2, $1 a piece for these. They're going to be close to a $20 profit, and they sold in under a month. Some more vintage linens. If you haven't watched my linen video, and I might do an updated one, because vintage linens are great bread and butter items, and some can be really high dollar. This is a set of 4 butterfly napkins with the butterfly embroidered. I picked them up for $1 total, and they sold for $19.48, so they're about a $14 profit, and they sold in about 2 months. So watch out for vintage linens. They just have this one, and then the rest is all solid white. And then, if you do not know, I pick up themed lots a lot. So a lot of estate sales, you'll find people were collectors of certain types of things. These came from a collector that had horses. So I've sold a shower curtain. These are just a set of oven mitts. The brand is Cat D. These sold pretty fast. They sold for $12.98, and I'm less than $1 in because I bought a big horse lot and I've made quite a bit off of it. So these are going to be about a $10 profit, and they sold in about 2 months. Next is an Austria pin. So this one here, you can see the crest on it. I paid less than 50 cents. It sold for $12.99 in about 4 months. So it is about a $10 profit. And this also came in a big jewelry lot. All right, up next are several items. They were bought by Miss Deb, who is a viewer. So Miss Deb, thank you so much. She got some really, really great items. Let me show you them now. All right, so the total of all of these was $46.75 that Miss Deb got. She got this really cool, this is a hand-done 6x6 tile. You can see the artist signed it there. Beautiful red cardinal. So she picked this one up. It did have a felt back on it. Jane. I couldn't read it backwards. It says Jane. And then these crab items have been listed almost 2 years now. She got this beautiful pink bead and silver crab necklace, as well as a cloisonne crab pin. This one is really, really cute. If you remember, I got a ton of high dollar crab brooches, and with that same lot I had Christian Dior, I had Marcel Boucher. We had a lot that sold for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but we still have a few left of those bread and butter items. And then last, Miss Deb got these really cool vintage napkins. They have a lighthouse, a starfish. So the total she paid for everything I just showed you was $46.75. I'm about $10 in, so it's going to be about a $30 profit. And most of these have been listed quite a while. So Miss Deb, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. All right. Speaking of viewer sales, I wanted to say thanks. I haven't said thanks for a long time for those who do buy me a coffee. If you do not know, buy me a coffee is in my link tree down in the description, and it is a way that you can tip your content creators without a big chunk coming out. So when you send super chats and things like that, YouTube takes 30%, but with Buy Me a Coffee, it's a real small percent. So I wanted to thank Miss Renee for getting me 5 coffees, and she said, thank you so much for the videos. I am learning a lot. So Miss Renee, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Up next is a vintage MPD. Not sure what police department this is from. I paid less than $1 in a lot. It sold for $9.73, and this one is going to be about a $7 profit. Up next is also going out to a viewer. If you have not figured it out, if you want to see something you buy from me on a video, buy it on the weekend. I do videos every Monday of what sold over the weekend, so that is a surefire way to get whatever you purchased into one of these videos. So this next one was bought by Amy over at Edge City Traders. This is a beautiful, beautiful art glass little powder box, and Amy picked this up for $45.49. I paid about $10, so this one's about a $25 profit after fees. All right, up next is a Santa Claus mug that sold in under a week. This is a little 3D Santa mug. It says not microwavable, no brand on this one. This one sold for $14.62, so a decent sale of a Christmas mug in January. I paid less than $1. It's about a $12 profit, and it sold really fast. Up next is a Christmas ornament. These are not going out to the same person. Christmas sells year round. It is as far away from Christmas as you could get in this month of January. This is a little carousel horse, and this one sold for $12.99. I paid $1, so it's about a $9 profit, and it sold in about 3 months. Up next is a pickup Lynn and I just found actually thrifting when we went down for the List Perfectly event. So we picked up this Pyrex for only $3.99 at Salvation Army. You can see it is marked there on the bottom. This one is in great condition. It's Crazy Daisy. This one sold for $20, so it's about a $12 profit after fees, and it sold in under a week. And then we also picked up these really cute little vintage salt and pepper shakers. These are marked Japan on the bottom. This pair sold for $15. I paid $2 at an estate sale, so these are about a $10 profit, and they sold in about 3 months. Up next is a tiny little toothpick holder. Really plain Jane little terracotta. I put it as a toothpick holder vase, mini pottery. It sold for $9.98. I paid less than $1, so this one is going to be about a $7 profit after fees. Up next, this one wasn't even listed a week. It sold very fast. This is a Virginia Polytech Institute pen. I got it in a lot, less than $1 in, sold for $9.74 plus the buyer paid shipping. So this one is about a $7 profit after fees. And again, another one that sold very fast. All right, these next two, it's kind of funny. These were bought by different people, so they are both 1974. So this 1974 Texas plate sold for $19.49 plus the buyer paid shipping. The license plates have been listed about 4 to 5 months now, so this one's going to be about a $14 profit. And going to a completely different buyer, this one, they're even very close to the same number. This one also sold for $19.49, making it a $14 profit. Up next is going out to a viewer as well. This going out to Stephanie, Sassy Granny Pants. She got this NASCAR pin for a gift. It is upside down. There we go. This one was actually Miss Charlene's, so I have nothing into it. Me and Charlene are splitting it. Sold for $6.49, so it'll probably be about $4 after fees, and it'll be $2 each to me and Charlene. And then this is a beautiful vintage table runner with holly and bell. Lots of Christmas stuff going out today, guys. Lots of Christmas in January. This one sold for $18.50 plus the buyer paid shipping. I'm less than $1 in, so it's about a $14 profit. Up next is a Royal Doulton little tiny lady. Her name is Soiree. She sold for $30 for this tiny little figurine. There's the bottom, and I paid about $10, so she's about a $15 profit after fees. Up next is some more of my bad buy, the Harley parts. So these are Harley mirrors. I paid, I think, $30. They sold for $35.09. Breaking even, maybe taking a little loss. This is what I get for not researching. So do your research before you pick stuff up. I'm just happy to have my money back in my pocket, and I will source smarter next time. All right, that is everything that is going out on eBay. I'm going to show you what's going out on Etsy. We have no sales on Posh or Mercari, but this is not typical. We do use List Perfectly to cross post, and I have not, it's February, but I didn't give away my January free month of List Perfectly that they so graciously offered to me and my subscribers. So I am going to offer it up to you guys now. So put List Perfectly down in the comments, and I will draw the winner next Monday for a free month. And that could be any level all the way up to the $69.99. And if you are already a member, you will get a refund for that month, which is pretty cool of them to do. And if you haven't tried it yet, you can use my code TheNurseFlipper to get 30% off if you're not lucky and don't win. So let me show you the one item on Etsy now. This little pillow sold for $45. Tiny little needlepoint pillow. Watch for vintage needlepoint. It can be good money. Here is the back. It is velvet. So $45. I paid $3. It's about a $38 profit, and it sold in about 2 months over on Etsy. All right, that is everything. Again, don't forget to put List Perfectly down in the comments to be entered for a free month. I appreciate you all watching. Today is the last day for Mark II Not Your Dad's CPA sale on his course. So if you missed it, I did a live with Mark answering your questions about reseller tax related things. And Mark has an amazing course that goes over from beginning to end. If you should start an LLC, how to keep track of your inventory, which method to use, when to become an S Corp. It is very detailed, and that course is normally $399, but right now Mark has it on sale. So today is the last day to get it for $299 because everyone is thinking about taxes right now. So Mark is gracious enough to do a $100 off sale, and this way you can learn and educate yourself about it. So I'll put the link down below to Mark's reseller accounting course for $100 off if you want to learn and educate yourself more about reseller taxes. This is an amazing course. I have taken it myself. So check it out if you're interested. I appreciate you all watching. I'm going to give you a preview now of what we will have on Whatnot tonight. So we are selling on Whatnot every night except for Tuesdays. And during the week, it's at 8:30 p.m. after Dalton goes to sleep. On the weekends, it's normally about 2 or 3 on Saturday and Sunday. So let's take a look at what we're selling on Whatnot, and I will see you guys on the next one.
Alright, so here is what we are going to have. Some great amethyst earrings. These are all sterling silver, smaller dainty earrings, as well as this butterfly jewelry box, vintage hairpins, some really cool vintage Elvis stamps in the original stamp book, as well as a ton of beautiful Mexican alpaca and abalone earrings. So come and see us tonight, 8:30 on Whatnot. It all will be $5 starts.